Hi, in this video, I will be demonstrating how to perform and interpret simple linear regression in RStudio. We start with a simple case of studying the relationship between a response variable y and a predictor variable x. Simple linear regression is useful in the following scenario. You want to predict the domestic immigration using unemployment rate, and you want to explore the relationship between the level of communication skills of the students and their self-esteem. The relationship between a response variable y and a predictor variable x is postulated as a linear model. Y is equal to beta sub 0 plus beta sub 1 times x plus epsilon, where beta sub 0 and beta sub 1 are constants called the model regression coefficients or parameters, and epsilon is a random disturbance or error. It is assumed that in the range of the observations studied, the linear equation provides approximation to the true relation between y and x. In other words, y is approximately a linear function of x, and epsilon measures the discrepancy in that approximation. In particular, epsilon contains no systematic information for determining y that is not already captured in x. The coefficient beta sub 1, called the slope, may be interpreted as the change in y for unit change in x. The coefficient beta sub 0, called the constant coefficient or intercept, is the predicted value of y when x is 0. The RStudio is given below. LM function allows us to create a linear regression model in RStudio. Y tilde x argument indicates the model to be created. Y represents your dependent or response variable, and x represents your predictor or independent variable, whereas object 1 contains these variables. For this example, we will use the Faithful dataset available in RStudio. To view the dataset, we have the following code: view, open parentheses, Faithful, close parentheses. Highlight the code and press Ctrl Enter. Specifically, we will use the eruptions variable as the dependent or response variable, whereas we will use the weighting variable as the independent or predictor variable. To assess whether linear regression is applicable to our dataset, we must first look at the scatterplot of it and see whether we see a linear pattern in the graph. We have this code to generate a scatterplot for our dataset. We have the plot function, which allows us to create a scatterplot in RStudio. Faithful $sign weighting is our predictor variable and will be placed in the x-axis. Faithful $sign eruptions is our dependent variable or response variable, which will be placed in the y-axis. This argument allows us to edit the x-axis label. This argument allows us to edit our y-axis label. And this argument allows us to edit the title of our scatter plot. We highlight the code and press Ctrl Enter. In the plots window, we see that there is an increasing linear pattern in the dataset. To confirm this, we use core.test function using Pearson correlation coefficient to test whether there is a linear relationship between the two variables. We have this code to do so. Highlight the code and press Ctrl Enter. In the console window, we see the result. Since the p-value is less than 0.05, which is our normal significance level, we conclude that there is a linear relationship between the two variables. Now, we fit a linear model using the Faithful dataset. We have this code to do so. We will store the linear model in the model1 object. LM function allows us to fit a linear model in RStudio. Eruptions tilde weighting argument indicates that we are to create a linear model using eruptions variable as the dependent variable and weighting variable as the independent variable, whereas the Faithful argument indicates that these variables are stored in this object. Highlight the code and press Ctrl Enter. To view the summary of the model, we have this code. The summary function allows us to see the summary result of the model, whereas the model1 object is where the result is stored. Highlight the code and press Ctrl Enter. In the console window, you see the results. We will focus first on the coefficients table. Here, we see intercept and weighting. These are the components of our simple linear regression. The estimate column tells us the values of each parameter. Therefore, beta hat sub O is approximately equal to negative 1.87, whereas beta hat sub 1 is approximately equal to 0.08. STD error shows the standard error of each parameters. We want this to be as close to 0. The t-value is the test statistic of each parameters, whereas this column is the p-value of each parameter. We want to have a significant values here so that we can conclude that the parameters are significantly different from 0, which means that it contributes to the model. If the p-value is not significant, this means that the variable does not contribute much to the model. Hence, we may remove that variable. In the result, notice that both parameters are significant. Therefore, the weighting variable may be retained in our final model. To interpret fully the results presented here, it is better to write the linear model that we achieve based on the data. The final linear model based on the results provided in RStudio is given here. From y hat is equal to beta hat sub 0 plus beta hat sub 1x, it becomes eruptions equal to negative 1.87 plus 0.08 times weighting. Recall earlier that the Pearson correlation coefficient of the two variables is 0.90 and is significant, which means that if the waiting time increases, the eruption time may also increase. This may also be concluded based on the linear model that we have, but in greater details. Notice that the parameter associated with the waiting variable, which is 0.08, is positive. This means that the slope is positive. Hence, it is increasing. If we increase the value of the waiting variable by 1 minute, eruption will also increase by 0.08 minutes on average. To illustrate the conclusion, suppose we set the value of waiting variable to 30. The value of our eruption variable is 0.53 minutes. Suppose further that we change the value of waiting to 31. The value of eruption will be 0.61 minutes, which is 0.08 increase relative to the previous value. In addition, to interpret the intercept, which is equal to negative 1.87, we consider that the waiting variable is 0. This gives us an eruption duration of negative 1.87 minutes, which means that if the waiting time is 0, the duration of the eruption is negative 1.87 minutes. This does not make sense at all. There is no such thing as a negative time. Take note that while intercepts are important in the model, this tells us that not all intercepts are worthy of interpretations, such as this. We leave it as it is and move on to the next part of the interpretation. Going back to RStudio, let's interpret these results below. The residual standard error, which is 0.4965 on 270 degrees of freedom, is the average amount that the response variable, which is the eruption time, will deviate from the true regression line. The smaller the residual standard error, the better. Multiple R-squared, which ranges from 0 to 1, tells us how much variance in the dataset are explained by our model. Since we have a multiple R-squared of 0.8115, this means that 81.15% of the variance in the dataset is being explained by the model. Ideally, we want to have a large value of multiple R-squared because we want that our model explains as much variance in the dataset as it can, most especially if we want to predict the dependent variable using our independent variable. However, a small multiple R-squared is not really a big deal sometime. In social science research, to have at least 0.60 multiple R-squared is good enough. Adjusted R-squared is the adjusted value of R-squared which is used among other criterions in modeling multiple regression models. This helps us decide whether adding a new variable improves the model or not. We use this over R-squared because R-squared always increases as you add more variables in the model, whereas adjusted R-squared only increases if the newly added variable improves the previous model. The f-test of overall significance, which is equal to 1162 on 1 and 270 degrees of freedom, indicates whether your linear regression model provides a better fit to the data than a model that contains no independent variables, whereas the p-value, which is less than 2.2 times 10 to the negative 16th power, is the associated p-value. A model that fits the data well has a significant f-statistic. Therefore, we want to have a small p-value in this case. If in the event that the f-statistic is not significant, this means that the model does not fit well with our data. There are many reasons why this happens, but most of the time it is because the independent and dependent variables are not correlated, or the model needs to be improved. The interpretation of the results may be summarized as follows. A significant regression equation was found. F-statistic on 1 and 270 degrees of freedom, which is equal to 1162, with an associated p-value of less than 2.2 times 10 to the negative 16th power. The multiple r-squared of the regression equation is 0.8115, which means that 81.15% of the variance from the data is accounted by the model. To view the fitted linear model, we type the following codes. This code shows us the scatter plot of the dataset, whereas this code draws the fitted line. We highlight the code and press Ctrl Enter. The red line is the regression line we fitted earlier. While it is true that the scatter points do not lie exactly on the line, notice that the line captures the pattern of the data. Therefore, this is a good indicator that the model that we have fitted may be used to describe the relationship of the waiting time and the duration of the eruptions of the Old Faithful geyser. For our next example, we will use the Anscombe dataset available in RStudio. To view the data, we type this code. Highlight the code and press Ctrl Enter. We will use y sub 4 as our response variable and x sub 1 as the predictor variable. To assess whether simple linear regression is appropriate for this dataset, let's try to produce a scatter plot. We have this code to do so. Highlight the code and press Ctrl Enter. In the plots window, we see the result. Notice that there seems to be no linear pattern in the scatter plot. To further investigate, we use the core.test function, setting Pearson as our method. We type the following code. Highlight the code and press Ctrl Enter. Notice that the correlation coefficient is not significant. This is a red flag that simple linear regression might not be appropriate for this dataset. However, for the sake of example, let's fit a linear model using these variables. To fit a linear model in RStudio, we type the following code. Highlight this and press Ctrl Enter. In the console window, we see the result. Notice that the parameter for x1 is not significant. This means that x1 is not a significant predictor of y4. In addition, the multiple r-squared is very low. Only 9.86% of the variance from the data is being explained by our current model. Finally, the f-statistic, which is equal to 0.9847 on 1 and 9 degrees of freedom, is not significant, telling us that the model is not a good fit to our data. Therefore, this model is not a good model and needs to be improved or not used at all. While there are a lot of things that you need to know about simple linear regression, this is a good start to practice your skills in using this very useful model. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you learned something. Have a great day.